Bethlehem. It is the spring of 2015 and we are overlooking the historic city with the Church of Nativity, the birthplace of Jesus. We, a group of 16 students and our professor, are here for knowledge exchange and intercultural activities with Palestinian students and to foster a relationship between our university and the Dar al-Kalima College in Bethlehem, a project initiated and led by our professor, Dr. Claudia Brötzel.
So in 2012, Andreas Kunz, who was a lecturer at Dar al-Kalima, searched for a cooperation of a German university, and he identified Eberswalde because of the focus from the University Eberswalde on sustainability. We found a program of the German Academic Exchange Service. We applied for a bigger program, and this was a 5 years program to set up a complete academic education in Dar al-Kalima College, a bachelor program and afterwards a master program focused on tourism management. And in the end there should be a learning agreement for the both universities, that there is the possibility of an exchange.
As part of the program, 1 year prior to our visit, a group of Palestinian students had visited Germany and our university in Eberswalde. The students were overwhelmed by their experience, since it gave them the rare possibility to get an idea of a different way of life and education system than the one they are used to. In Palestine, their everyday life is characterized by the conflict, with its restrictions, and in the end also limits their freedom of travel.
In which countries you have been?
Jordan.
Okay. Okay, only Jordan.
Yeah.
And you?
I was in Egypt.
And Egypt?
Egypt and Jordan also.
And Jordan? And Germany?
Germany.
Okay.
I like Germany. I like to live in Germany, but I love my home, so nothing can be like my home. So my friends, my people, my family, and my future must be here.
But apart from what negatively influences their lives, what do they think of their homeland and its touristic resources? Are they actually aware of them? How can they use these resources to build a future there? Since we, on the other hand, are not held up neither by limitations nor obstacles, we have the chance to fully concentrate on building our future. The key to succeed is our education.
Die Menschen hier, die jungen Leute, haben kein Problem zu glauben, dass es ein Leben nach dem Tod gibt. Ihr Problem ist eigentlich zu glauben, dass es ein Leben vor dem Tod gibt, was sich zu leben lohnt. Und bei uns merken sie, es gibt in diesem Leben etwas, wofür es sich zu leben lohnt. Und wenn wir ihnen das vermitteln können und wenn wir ihnen eine Bildung, Ausbildung, Weiterbildung, Fortbildung geben können, damit sie weiter im Leben kommen, das ist für mich also so bereichernd wie eigentlich nichts anderes.
I always say that the best way of resistance is the education, to build bridges between people. People are not bad. All people are good people, and everyone deserves to live in peace.
We landed in Tel Aviv, Israel. Prior to our field trip, we had to realize that we had ambivalent views on the Holy Land and the conflict.
Ich hatte auch im Vorfeld, als ich mich mit der Geschichte beschäftigt habe, habe ich so eine innere Wut bekommen gegen Israel und habe mich halt gefragt, oh Gott, wie kann ich mit der Wut umgehen? Aber dadurch, dass wir vorher in Tel Aviv waren und jetzt in Jerusalem, wir haben einige Leute getroffen, einige Israelis, und ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, also ich bin froh, dass wir das vorher gemacht haben, weil ich irgendwie, dadurch, dass wir in Kontakt gekommen sind mit Israelis, nicht mehr so diese Wut spüre.
Since this helped us to overcome some of those prejudices, we had to concede that the conflict is far more complex than expected. While strolling through the old town of Jerusalem, other thoughts that crossed our minds were concerns about the security on site or simply whether Palestine is an attractive tourist destination? And regarding the exchange, what would the cooperation and communication look like?
Also meine Erwartungen im Vorfeld der Reise waren ziemlich vielschichtig. Also einerseits habe ich mich total gefreut, dass wir die Reise machen und ich finde es ein total spannendes Thema. Und abgesehen von dieser Spannung und dieser Vorfreude, die ich hatte, war auch ein bisschen, wie soll ich sagen, Angst mit dabei. Aber nicht Angst im Sinne von, dass mir irgendwas zustoßen könnte, sondern einfach Angst, dass ich irgendwie unangemessen oder falsch handle oder was Falsches sage. Das ist einfach, weil es ist ein so breites Thema, so komplex, über das man einfach nicht alles wissen kann und dass ich mich da irgendwie unangemessen verhalte und dass ich da irgendwie Leuten auf die Füße trete oder so.
Ich muss sagen, ich habe es alles irgendwie ein bisschen trister erwartet. Also dadurch, dass es sich in so einer schwierigen Situation befindet, habe ich irgendwie gedacht, das Leben wäre doch geprägter von diesem Konflikt.
Micha, founder of Grassroots Jerusalem, an online hub for the life of Palestinians in Jerusalem, guided us through the city's outskirts along the separation wall. He educated us about the historic background and how political barriers and a kind of lethargy impact the tourism industry.
Palestine is full of resources. What we're missing in Palestine more than anything is strategy. With fragmentation, with not understanding what resources are available, constantly living from hand to mouth because of massive unemployment, because of a psychology of separation and occupation, we're constantly putting out fires. Good marketing strategy is a strategy. It's 3 years down the line. This is how we see our program developing. This is how we see our business developing. That's where we can use support.
At this point, we get to the intermediate conclusion that the challenge for tourism in Palestine consists of overcoming the stereotypes that are dominant outside of the country, and on the other hand, of developing a functioning tourism structure and marketing strategy within the area. When arriving at the Dar al-Kalima University College in Bethlehem, we got to know the campus and our partners. In order to introduce ourselves, to create a basis of common understanding, and enable a working communication, we have prepared presentations explaining our education system and the way of studying. After we had the chance for introducing, the Palestinians took us to explore Bethlehem and showed us their homeland by sharing insights. Most significant was experiencing the high symbolic meaning of the wall that separates Palestine from Israel. Although the country is deeply shaped by separation and conflicts, which negatively impact every aspect of being in the area for both locals and visitors, we got awareness of the country's high potential as a tourism destination by visiting several tourism organizations. According to them, what's mostly missing is a foundation, which in the first place enables the development of a touristic structure. Then on top, the industry needs promotion and initiative. Discovering the country collectively helped us to understand the situation better and brought us and our fellow students closer together.
Die Studenten sind ganz anders, als wir uns das vielleicht vorgestellt haben. Die sprechen alle super Englisch, alle super.
Especially the teamwork helped to come to new insights of the country's touristic needs and to create ideas for developing travel offers. One of the core projects during our excursion and for future cooperation was to work out touristic tours through Palestine. Seeing us being interested in their country and being eager about getting to know its values made them reflect on what precious resources their surrounding actually has to offer. That's how we identify that the existing unawareness of Palestine's true values, not only in the Western world, but also in the minds of the locals, is the central problem. So not only for us, but also for them as natives, our tours to Palestinian sites and through the rich countryside were an overwhelming experience.
We took it as a
Highlight of these events was the most anticipated tour during our excursion to the Bedouins. The long hike to their camp was followed with a question and answer session, getting to know about the Bedouins' life and struggles, their society, and the role of men and women in their community. Our daily feedback round that night, together with the Palestinians, highlighted the progress of our excursion. For us, it's also interesting to see how the Palestinians experience it here. And I guess you can all see that we react differently.
So I'm really enjoying my time, especially with a group of people that are foreigners to me. I'm really getting to know them better and better. So it's really great for me to be with you and share this experience.
I will never forget this day. It was an amazing day, a new experience, and I really enjoy the nature places and enjoy the time and have a new experience with new friends and know how you think and you know how we think.
The ambitious hike the next day challenged the group, but by having shared this experience and helping each other, the cohesion of the group was strengthened. So when our stay was coming to an end, a deep common understanding and a much smoother communication characterized the final presentations of the touristic tours. Presenting our collaborative work made us appreciate the profits of sharing knowledge and showed the great progress we all made during our rather short trip. At the common spend last afternoon, we were overwhelmed by getting an even deeper insight of our fellows' personal understanding of their home, as their probably just newly gained interest in their country had opened themselves to ambitiously presenting it to us.
Interesting was that most of the spots we visited, you said you didn't know.
I learned new things about Palestine, and I saw Palestine in a whole new perspective. So that was a great experience for me.
Actually, you opened my eye to Palestine. Here is an interesting and really exciting places here in Palestine. I heard about it before, but actually I never visited.
And I just also discovered Palestine with you. Yes, and it was a privilege to me, and I hope one day that from what I learned to make things possible and just to change something.
Beginning with mixed feelings on both sides and various expectations, 10 days of common excitement and learning and experiencing followed.
I didn't know what to expect in Palestine, but I thought it would be really rough and hard somehow, and the people would be rough and hard as well. But I experienced the opposite.
It's different if you go with the tourist group and see Palestine. I think maybe this is an opportunity that you feel more proud of the place you live in.
Both parties benefited on different levels by sharing their knowledge, being in interaction, and learning how to build bridges of communication.